Family, what's good? It's your boy Fit Like Chris, back at you with another one of these bangers in the Kettlebell Foundational Basics package. Now, before we begin today, I want you to hit that subscribe button, let the YouTube algorithm know your boy is doing something properly. Remember, this is your one-stop shop for everything that you need kettlebells. Now, into the music. Today, we are going to be learning our clean and press movement. Now, the clean and press is an incredible movement if we're building up explosive strength, which is great if we want to shed fat, if we want to tone up our muscle. This is, man, I love the clean and press. This is full body. This is working everything from the muscles in our quads, our hamstrings, our glutes. This is also working our biceps, our triceps, shoulders, and of course my favorite is working our core. Now, the clean and press is a movement that is, you can transition this into other movements such as a snatch, where we take the kettlebell from the ground and we go straight up into the air. But before we do that, we have to learn the basics of the clean and press. So let's not waste any time. Let's get to it and let's focus on form. So step number one, when we are learning how to do our clean and press movement, is let's learn the clean portion of it, okay? Now, we understand already when we're doing a kettlebell deadlift or when we're doing a kettlebell swing that it's important to keep our core engaged. We always want a straight line between the top of the head and the top of the glutes. That doesn't change here, okay? This movement, the clean and press, is, man, I really don't even know where to begin with this one, I'll be honest with you, and I'm gonna keep that one. It's just such an explosive and powerful movement, okay? We are driving up from the heels of our feet, and just imagine the force, the work you're putting on your body. It's like a shockwave coming from the heels, from the ground, all the way up to the shoulders. Everything is getting activated with the clean and press motion, okay? So we're gonna have our kettlebell down on the ground, and I want our handle, how you doing? I want the handle actually to be facing this way. The handle's gonna be facing behind us, all right? So the kettlebell is like so. We're gonna place it down on the ground in front of us, right? And we're gonna get down for our kettlebell clean as though we're doing a deadlift. You know what that means? Our toes are gonna be facing straight forward. Our hips are gonna be stacked. Our feet are gonna be shoulder width apart, maybe just outside. And as we go down, we're gonna hinge the hips, okay? So we place the hands in that crease of the hips where we meet our midsection, poking our butt back, right? Now we're gonna go straight down, and we're gonna reach down. Now our thumb is gonna be facing behind us, all right? We're gonna grab that kettlebell. It's very important that we have a fingertip grip, and I'll show you up close. So when you go down and you grab your kettlebell, see that? It's a fingertip grip. We want to be very, very, very loose. My thumb is barely touching the bell. This is good for grip strength, obviously, but it also allows us to move and rotate the kettlebell around our hand and wrist perfectly, all right? So again, handle is facing behind us. Handle's facing our rear. We're gonna come on down into a hinged position, fingertips on the bell, and now our next movement, we're gonna explode up. Let's practice that 5 times, picking the bell up. We're gonna explode up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, all right? Now next, we're gonna practice that exploding movement, except this time we're gonna add some external wrist rotation. Almost like we're zipping our jacket. When we're zipping our jacket, that wrist rotates once we get to the top of it, okay? That's exactly what we're gonna do with this kettlebell clean. And this time we're gonna add in that external wrist rotation that we're talking about. I wanna show you up close before I actually do it in real time. As soon as we explode up through those heels, as soon as we do, we're gonna rotate just like so. We're gonna rotate that wrist. Now, when we rotate the wrist and the kettlebell is going up, you see how this movement naturally happens? The kettlebell's on its way up and I'm rotating. Boom. It's a natural movement. Your body knows what to do. Even if your brain doesn't, your body knows what to do. We're gonna explode up through the heels of the feet. We're gonna rotate our wrist externally. Boom. Kettlebell is gonna wrap around our wrist. And now we have all points of contact. In between the thumb and the index finger, on the off side of the hand. And we're gonna come right into our rack position, okay? That's right in the center of our chest. The kettlebell is gonna rest on the back of your wrist. We're gonna have our elbow tucked into our rib cage, directly underneath the shoulder, all right? So we're gonna practice this movement. We're gonna go 5 times, okay? So, step by step. We're gonna hinge on down. Boom, hinge at the hips. Thumbs are gonna be facing our rear. We're gonna explode up through the heels, like so. And now we're gonna add that external wrist rotation and bring it into our sternum, all right? Here we go. Now you see immediately the kettlebell knows what to do. It's wrapping around the wrist because we're adding in that external rotation. Now if you're struggling to make this movement swift and clean, make sure you have your fingertip grip, okay? If you're holding the kettlebell in your palm, like down here, it's a lot harder for the kettlebell to be slick because you're holding on too tight. You're holding on for dear life. Loosen up, all right? So we're gonna hit that 5 times in a row. External wrist rotation, all right? Hinging on down, fingertip grip, exploding through the heels, and externally rotating. Boom. 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 Now, you may, I know this happens to a lot of us, you may notice that when you're coming up with your kettlebell, you're coming up here, or out here, or like we're here with it. It's like an uncomfortable motion, okay? Understand that however heavy, whatever the weight of your kettlebell, you're stronger than your weight, okay? So if your kettlebell is coming above your shoulder as you're doing your external wrist rotation, understand you're probably standing up with too much force, okay? So let's lessen the force a little bit. If we're coming up too high, let me show you. If we're coming up and that kettlebell is dropping down, let's come up with some less force. And how about we get underneath the kettlebell? How about that? We're gonna explode through, and let's bend the knees at the top to get underneath the kettlebell. Let's practice right there. That's gonna help us to understand that sweet spot once we wanna hit our rack position, okay? So we're gonna stand up, explode up, externally rotate the wrist, and we're gonna sneak our bodies underneath the kettlebell. That way the kettlebell never goes above the shoulder, all right? Boom. See, we bent the knee, got underneath the kettlebell. We maintained a very, very powerful and strong wrist and forearm throughout the process, and now we're at home, okay? So once we've understood the clean motion, we can actually turn that into a workout. Just like our swings, just like our deadlift. Let's go 5 by 10. 5 by 10 kettlebell swings on each side. You know, see how we feel? And then it's time to move to the big kahuna, the clean and press. The press is a very, very simple motion. So once we've mastered our clean, and we're here, a press, all it takes is for us to inhale, deep exhale, and we come overhead. We want to make sure we're always directly overhead like so. I don't want to see you in front. Let's go directly over the head, all right? So we'll go directly over the head. Now, if you find that your kettlebell is a little bit hard to just get up straight like this, maybe we don't have the shoulder strength. The shoulders are actually one of the most underutilized muscles in the body. So if we have to build up to it, let's use some more of the force in our legs. That's the beautiful part of working with the kettlebell. So we'll come up into our clean position. I'm actually gonna dip into my knees very, very slightly, dip into it, boom. And as I drive my hips forward and stand up tall, I'm gonna bring the weight up with it, all right? So 1, 2, 3, boom. It's like a shockwave. Let's do it again. Shockwave. It takes some of the pressure off of the shoulder, we're helping the other muscles of the body. And that's it, y'all. I'm not gonna make this complicated at all. That's just simple clean and press motion. Understand, this shit takes time. So, you know, I've been using kettlebells going on seven months or so, but this takes time. It may take you 100 reps just to understand how to do your clean. Don't get frustrated. Take time to understand your body, understand what makes you tick. Just a reminder, it's recommended, ladies, for you to use, starting out, for you to use anywhere between an 8 kg and a 12 kg kettlebell. I know 12 kg is 25 pounds, 8 kg, I don't know the math, but 25 pounds and below, ladies. Fellas, we can even go, fellas, it's recommended to go from a 12 kg to 14 if we're beginning out. All right, so I believe that's 25 pounds to like 40 or something like that. Starting out with these weights is gonna get you the best results. Remember, this is gonna burn fat, this is gonna tone and shred you up. If you have a lighter weight, maybe we can't afford to get a new kettlebell, just add more reps. Keep working that shit, and you're gonna see the same results. This is all full body, and most importantly to me, it works up here. That's all I got for you. It's your boy Fit Like Chris. Back at you again. Hit that like and subscribe, and I'm gonna see you on the next one.